Good evening, guys. It's me, Alan Drum, here for Carolina Varsity. Um, I'm here to discuss Week Two's my picks and predictions for the Week Two games in the Northwestern 3A, 4A conference, also the South Fork 2A, and also the Northwest Foothills 1A, 2A conference, and talk a little bit about Iredell County. So let's go and get it started with my picks for this week. So let's get it started. First game we have is Bandy's at Ferretti Ford. Bandy's travels to Ferretti Ford. Bandy's is 1-0 with a win 42-28 over St. Stephen's. And Ferretti Ford's 0-1 with a 21-6 loss to Maiden. Ferretti Ford's got a very good defense against the run. A lot of people are saying this could be a close game. I would have more saying it's going to be closer, further than what people realize. Ferretti Ford's a very good defensive team. Jack Colosimo gets rolling. I don't think Bandy's defense is that great as Maiden's. And I got Ford winning this game by 2 scores. Ford was 16. I believe Ford's going to get a couple onside kicks, 2-point conversions. They're going to hold that run. Ford is excellent against the run. Bandy's, I don't really think, is a good passing team. So I got Ford winning by 16 in that game. Next game is Bunker Hill at St. Stephen's. Bunker Hill lost a big 56-0 to Newton Con over St. Stephen's with a 42-28 loss to Bandy's. Both teams enter 0-1. One will get their first victory this week. For Bunker Hill, they're going to have to keep on improving, but St. Stephen's know how to play from behind. They were down 21-0 and came back and took the lead, but 2 interceptions get it, and I don't see Bunker Hill that great this year. I got them at number 15 in my power rankings, but I don't see this as a close contest. I got it closer than more people would say, but I'm just being generous here. I got St. Stephen's winning by 31. Next game also shouldn't be too competitive. Most of these games are not going to be too competitive, to be honest. Next game is drawn at Freedom. Freedom played very good, but both teams are 0-1. Drawn lost 53-0 to West Lincoln. Freedom, they lost a close one to Shelby. That should tell the difference right there. Freedom's a very good team. I got them finishing 3rd in their conference. Drawn, they could finish last or next to last in their conference, and I believe this game will not be even close. I'm taking Freedom by 42. Next game, same boat. Lincolnton, they lost 44-6 to Stuart Kramer. South Point, they had a good test, but lost to Crest. Crest is a very good team. I have them finishing second in that Big South 3A. And South Point, I got finishing second in their conference. My colleague Anthony Perkins will be covering this game for Carolina Varsity. And honestly, I think Anthony is going to be pretty happy because his South Point Red Raiders will be taking the young Wolves to the woodshed and winning this game by 45. I got South Point winning by 45. Next game that I'll be attending, Maiden at Ferretti Ford. Both teams enter at 1-0. Maiden only allowed 120 yards on offense against Ferretti Ford. They won 21-6 against a very good Ferretti Ford team. Eastburg, they won 42-0. First time they won are 1-0 since like 2009, I believe. But they're playing a much better team this week. Eastburg has improved a little bit, but I didn't see West Caldwell that great this year. I believe they're really down compared to last year. I have them finishing last in their conference, so that wasn't a very quality win by Eastburg. This game could be further out, but I don't see Maiden is scoring a lot. This year, their team's built more with defense, but this kind of game could be a runaway. But I'll say a Maiden by 3 scores got Maiden by 21 in this game. This game is one of the hardest ones to pick this week. Both teams are pretty down this year. I got Patton and RS at RS Central. RS Central, they lost to a very down McDowell team. They lost to them. And for Patton got manhandled last week by Hunter Huss. Hunter Huss is a very good team. They could finish first or second or third in that Big South. So not a bad loss for Patton. But I believe this game could go either way. Patton, I believe, is a little more down than last year. I've got Patton by 3 in this game. Pine Lake Prep at Lake Norman Charter. I'll try to get a little bit on Pine Lake Prep. I don't know too much about them. They're not in my area. But Lake Norman Charter lost to Southwick Christian last week, and I believe they're going to be pretty down compared to last year. I see them getting a win against Highland Tech, but that's later on the season. But this game could be a toss-up also. I got Pine Lake Prep taking it by 7. Both the next two teams did not play last week. This game could be a very good game also. Will not be a good game also, I should say. Is South Caldwell at Kings Mountain? Kings Mountain, they've not played, and South Caldwell's expectations are not high either. I believe this game could be not a very good game. I accidentally picked this game last week, but I got South Caldwell losing this game pretty big. I'm going to take Kings Mountain by 56 in this game, running clock in this game. It might be 42-0, and Kings Mountain calls the Dogs off. I believe this game will not be close. Next game is West Caldwell at High Brighton, the old Black and Blue. Black has ruined it for years. And this game will not even be close this year. West Caldwell is mightily down. High Brighton, we know, is a state contender. This game won't be close. I believe G. Witherspoon's not playing, but it don't really matter. This game will be blowout city. Lead by halftime. High Brighton wins this game by 56 over West Caldwell. Next game will probably be one of the most interesting games in the area besides the Patton RS Central game. This game, I believe, is going to be very close. A much improved West Iredell team had a very big victory last week against the Hickory Hawks. They play South Iredell, the Vikings. They lost last week. I believe they're kind of down this year. And this could be one of the best chances South Iredell gets a win before conference time. That conference is going to be pretty tough this year with East Rowan improving, North Iredell improving, Carson looks like they've improved, and so forth. But I got to go with my gut instinct. I believe this game could go either way, but I'm going to give the edge to South Iredell, and I got them winning by 7. So I got South Iredell winning by 7, but I would not be surprised West Iredell wins this game. West Iredell is a very much improved. South, I believe, is really down. I've heard from my good friend Gary Ashley. He said they started 3 quarterbacks. Hopefully the Vikings can get their touch before conference time, but I do believe they're going to be missing Brady Pope, and I believe they could be in a down year this year. Especially watch for East Rowan and North Iredale, I don't think will make too much noise, but they do have a good chance at 2-0. I'll give my Iredale preview, even though I don't pick the games. Last game on the we got a lot of teams with bye weeks. I believe McDowell, also Newton Conover, Hickory, East Lincoln is also on a bye week. West Lincoln, they are also on a bye week. North Lincoln, I know, is on a bye week. So we got a lot of teams on a bye week this week. Also, the 14th, Maiden's got a bye week, and there's a lot of bye weeks on that week also. So let's go over again, since we have actually somebody in the chat. I got Fritty Ford by 16 over Bandies. St. Stephen's by 31 and a generous 31 against Bunker Hill. Freedom blows out Durham by 42. South Point over Lincoln covered by Anthony Perkins. I got South Point by 45. Maiden against East Burke, I say 21 to be safe because I believe Maiden's offense is, it's going to be the defense going to be a little better. I believe Maiden's not going to be a high-scoring power team like they were last year, but it could be definitely more towards 4 or 5 touchdown range. I believe East Burke just beat a very down West Caldwell team. Close game this game. This was hard to project. I have Patton winning by 3 over Aria Central since McDowell beat them also. This game, I don't know too much about Pine Lake Prep. I got them beating Lake Norman Charter by 7. Kings Mountain destroys South Caldwell by 56. West Caldwell, High Brighton easily. West Caldwell's really down. South Iredale by 7 over West Iredale and Wilkes Central. And at Alexander Central, Wilkes Central, they lost to North Iredale last week, ending their long losing streak. And they play a very good team in the Cougars of Alexander Central. The Cougars of Alexander Central are a very good team. Watch them. They could crack the top 20 in the 3A in the coming weeks. This team is for real. They look like they have a very good defense as well. And I have Alexander Central actually winning this game by 35. It could actually be more, but I'm going to go with 35 at the moment. So let's get to our Iredale County preview, kind of review. As we already discussed about South Iredale and West Iredale. Mooresville, they play Davie County. Davie County is a very good team. I must say Davie County wins that game. They played Page pretty good. And I should have looked up Statesville, but I forget who they play this. They play Lake Norman. Okay, Statesville, Lake Norman. Lake Norman, they're pretty down this year. Statesville had a time with Hickory, but I see Statesville pull it away in that game. Lake Norman lost to a very good West Forsyth team, but I heard West Forsyth could be a little down this year. So I'll say Statesville wins that game by 3 scores. This game I'm very intrigued by. North Iredale and Forbush. Forbush looks to be down this year. Forbush, they played North Iredale, who lost the game last week, and North Iredale, they snapped their long losing streak. Well, surprise, surprise, North Iredale improves to 2-0 in the season, making that conference with West Rowan and Statesville, South Iredale, a very good conference to watch out for. So I'll pick, I'll say North Iredale wins by 14. But I just want to do my projections on here. This all I got this week. We have a short list since a lot of team has bye weeks. But until then, this is Alan Judy for life. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video, share it, and also I just want to give a few statements. In my area games, Anthony Perkins will be at South Point. I'll be at East Burke. I believe my colleague Jeff Miller will be at Forest View and Clover. That should be a very good one. But also like our Facebook, follow us on Twitter. But this has been Alan GD for Live for Week 2's preview. Hope everybody enjoys their games. But until then, this is Alan GD signing off. Like and subscribe. Peace.